Top 5 foods to prevent leg cramps in seniors' leg cramps. Senior tips. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with your leg locked in pain? The kind of cramp that makes you sit straight up in bed, holding your calf, praying it will release. If you're a senior, chances are you've experienced this more than once. And here's the scary part. Experts say that more than 50% of adults over 60 deal with recurring leg cramps, many of them at night. It feels like your body is betraying you, turning a simple moment of rest into a battle with sudden pain. But here's the good news. What if the solution to those cramps isn't hidden in a pill bottle, but sitting right on your kitchen counter? Today we're talking about top 5 foods to prevent leg cramps in seniors. And the very first one is a familiar favorite that you might already love: bananas. Before we dive into the list, let us pause for a moment and think about why cramps are such a huge issue as we get older. Science tells us that cramps happen when your muscles contract involuntarily and refuse to relax. It's like your muscle gets stuck in a clenched fist and refuses to let go. Seniors are especially vulnerable because aging muscles lose flexibility, circulation slows down, and deficiencies in vital minerals become more common. Add in dehydration, medications, or chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease, and suddenly cramps become part of daily life. But here's where food makes all the difference. The right foods bring back the minerals and hydration your muscles are crying out for, allowing them to finally relax instead of seizing up. And topping the list is the humble banana. Why bananas? The answer is potassium. Potassium is the mineral that acts like an electrician in your body, controlling the electrical signals that tell your muscles when to contract and when to release. Without enough potassium, the signals go haywire and muscles end up contracting without warning. That's your cramp. Seniors are especially prone to low potassium, often because of medications like diuretics, or simply because the diet doesn't provide enough. According to the National Institutes of Health, nearly 98% of Americans don't get enough potassium daily. That's not a typo, 98%. And when potassium is low, cramps come knocking. Now picture a banana. One medium banana gives you around 400 milligrams of potassium, along with magnesium, vitamin B6, and natural carbohydrates that fuel your muscles with steady energy. This combination makes bananas a triple threat against cramps. The potassium balances your electrolytes, the magnesium calms your muscles, and the carbs ensure your muscles have enough energy to keep working without fatiguing into spasms. Let's put this into a real-life scenario. Imagine a senior named Mary. She's 71, and every night she wakes up around 2 a.m. with her calf in agony. She massages, she stretches, but nothing seems to help. Then her doctor suggests adding 1 banana to her evening snack. Within a week, Mary notices something remarkable. The cramps don't wake her as often, and when they do, they're less intense. It's not a miracle, it's nutrition at work. Her muscles were starved of potassium, and the banana delivered exactly what they needed. But here's something many people overlook. It's not just about eating bananas. It's about consistency. Your body doesn't store potassium the way it stores fat. You need a daily supply. That's why including bananas regularly is key. Have one at breakfast with oatmeal, slice it over yogurt, or blend it into a smoothie. You can even freeze banana slices for a cool treat in summer. Each time you do, you're reinforcing your muscles with the minerals they need to function properly. Another important detail is timing. For seniors plagued by nighttime cramps, eating a banana in the evening may be especially effective. Why? Because the potassium and magnesium are digested and absorbed just in time to support your muscles as you sleep. Night is when hydration and mineral levels drop, so feeding your body these nutrients before bed can make a noticeable difference. Now let's talk about hydration, because bananas don't work in isolation. Potassium does its job best when your body is well hydrated. Without enough water, even the best mineral balance won't prevent cramps. So pairing a banana with a glass of water or herbal tea is a simple but powerful combination. Think of it as giving your muscles both the fuel and the lubrication they need to function smoothly. Bananas also come with another bonus, that seniors should love: they're gentle on the stomach. Many seniors struggle with digestive issues or find certain foods harsh or heavy. Bananas, with their soft texture and natural fiber, are easy to digest and actually help support gut health. A healthy gut means better nutrient absorption, which again leads to fewer deficiencies and fewer cramps. Of course, bananas aren't the only source of potassium, but they are among the most convenient. Potatoes, beans, and leafy greens also provide potassium, but bananas are portable, affordable, and require no preparation. For seniors who may not cook often, that convenience is priceless. There's also a psychological benefit here. Eating a banana feels good. It's naturally sweet, satisfying, and comforting. Seniors who struggle with appetite often find bananas appealing, and this makes it easier to stick with the habit. Sometimes the foods that fight cramps don't just work on the body, they lift the spirit as well. Let's not forget the role of magnesium in bananas. While potassium gets most of the spotlight, magnesium works quietly in the background, helping your muscles relax. If potassium is the light switch that controls contraction, magnesium is the soft hand that gently turns the switch off. Seniors with low magnesium often complain of not just cramps, but restless legs, twitching, and poor sleep. A banana's magnesium content may not be huge, but combined with potassium, it creates a balanced effect. Now, here's something fascinating. Researchers have found that potassium-rich diets also help regulate blood pressure, improve circulation, and support heart health. Why does this matter for cramps? Because better circulation means your muscles are bathed in oxygen and nutrients. Poor circulation, on the other hand, leaves muscles starved and more prone to spasms. By improving circulation, bananas don't just fight cramps directly, they tackle one of the root causes. Another point worth mentioning is medication. Seniors on certain prescriptions, like blood pressure, drugs, diuretics, or heart medications, are at higher risk for losing potassium. If that's you, bananas are not optional, they're essential. Of course, always check with a healthcare provider, especially if you're on potassium-sparing drugs. But for most seniors, bananas are a safe, natural supplement. Think about it this way. Every time you eat a banana, you're sending reinforcements to your muscles. You're giving them the tools they need to relax instead of rebel. You're reducing the chances that you'll be jolted awake by a cramp. And you're doing it in the simplest, most natural way possible. So, to recap, bananas earn the #1 spot on our list of the top 5 foods to prevent leg cramps in seniors because they're rich in potassium, supportive with magnesium, gentle on digestion, easy to include daily, and powerful in restoring muscle balance. They're not a gimmick, not a fad, just real, whole food that works. And the best part, bananas are just the beginning. Because while they're amazing, There are other foods that play equally important roles in fighting cramps. In fact, the second food on our list is small but mighty, often overlooked, yet one of the most powerful sources of magnesium you can eat. Let's talk about almonds. Now, let us talk about the second powerful food that experts say can truly help in preventing those painful leg cramps in seniors. It's something that is small, crunchy, and often enjoyed as a snack with tea, coffee, or even on its own. Yes, I'm talking about almonds. Imagine this simple scene. A senior woman named Margaret sits down every afternoon at her kitchen table. She used to reach for cookies or crackers when she felt hungry between meals. But after experiencing frequent nighttime cramps, she decided to swap her snacks for a small handful of almonds. At first, she thought it was just a healthy choice for her heart. But after a few weeks, she noticed something else. The tightness and painful clenching in her calves at night had almost disappeared. That's when she realized that almonds were doing more than satisfying her hunger. They were helping her muscles function better. So, why almonds? Experts say almonds are one of the best natural sources of magnesium. And magnesium is not just another mineral. It plays a critical role in muscle relaxation. In fact, scientists often call it the relaxation mineral. According to research, when the body doesn't have enough magnesium, muscles can contract involuntarily. This is exactly what a cramp is, an uncontrolled contraction of the muscle. By eating foods rich in magnesium, like almonds, you give your body the resources it needs to keep muscles calm and flexible. Let's break it down in simple terms. Magnesium works like the brakes on your car. Without it, the muscles keep firing and tightening, just like a car rolling downhill with no brakes. But when magnesium is present in the right amount, the brakes work smoothly. The muscles know when to contract and when to let go. That's why experts say magnesium is one of the most important nutrients seniors should pay attention to if they want to reduce cramps. But almonds do more than just provide magnesium. They also contain potassium and calcium, two minerals that work together with magnesium to keep muscles healthy. Potassium, as we learned earlier with bananas, helps regulate electrical signals in the muscles. Calcium, on the other hand, is the mineral that allows muscles to contract in the first place. When you have enough calcium and magnesium together, your body finds the perfect balance between contraction and relaxation. Think of it as a dance. Calcium tells the muscle to move. Magnesium tells it to stop. Together, they create harmony. Now, how can seniors easily add almonds into their daily diet? The great news is that it doesn't take much. Just a small handful, around 20 to 25 almonds per day, is enough to make a difference. And you, Dante, need to eat them plain, if you, Dante, like them that way. You can add them to oatmeal in the morning, sprinkle them on a salad, or blend them into a smoothie. Some people even enjoy almond butter spread on whole grain toast. The options are endless, and all of them are simple. But there's also a small warning here. Almonds are nutrient dense, which means they are packed with calories. Eating too many can lead to weight gain, which itself can put extra strain on the legs and muscles. So moderation is key. Experts recommend about an ounce per day, which is roughly that small handful we just mentioned. That's the sweet spot where you get the benefits without the extra calories. It's also worth noting that almonds aren't just good for preventing cramps. They also help with heart health, bone strength, and even brain function. For seniors, this is especially valuable because as we age, the risks of heart disease, osteoporosis, and memory decline increase. So by eating almonds, you're not just tackling one problem. You're giving your entire body a gift of long-lasting health. Let's bring this back to our story. Margaret, who swapped cookies for almonds, didn't just notice fewer cramps. Over time, her doctor also noticed improvements in her cholesterol levels. She felt more energized during the day and more focused during her evening reading sessions. For her, almonds became a daily ritual that changed her life in small but powerful ways. And it all started with the desire to stop those painful leg cramps. Now let's move on to the third food, which may surprise you. It's not a snack, it's not a fruit, it's actually a vegetable that has been loved for centuries, but only recently has science highlighted its amazing benefits for muscle health. This food is the sweet potato. Picture this. A senior gentleman named Robert loved eating baked potatoes with his meals. But when he started experiencing cramps, his daughter suggested he try sweet potatoes instead. At first, he wasn't thrilled. He thought of them as a holiday food, something you eat only once or twice a year. But after giving them a try, not only did he enjoy their naturally sweet flavor, but he also found his cramps becoming less frequent and less intense. So why are sweet potatoes such a powerful choice? The answer lies in their impressive nutrient profile. Sweet potatoes are packed with potassium, even more than a regular banana. And as we know, potassium is one of the most important minerals for preventing cramps. But sweet potatoes don't stop there. They also provide magnesium and calcium, creating the same perfect trio that supports muscle health. Experts often say that sweet potatoes are like a natural multivitamin for seniors. They are rich in complex carbohydrates that provide steady energy. This is important because fatigue and low energy can sometimes make cramps worse. When your body is tired, your muscles are more prone to misfiring and contracting unexpectedly. Sweet potatoes, with their slow-release energy, help keep your body balanced throughout the day. Another powerful benefit of sweet potatoes is their anti-inflammatory compounds. Seniors often deal with not just cramps, but also joint stiffness and muscle soreness. Sweet potatoes contain antioxidants like beta-carotene that reduce inflammation in the body. According to studies, lower inflammation can improve overall muscle function and reduce the risk of cramping episodes. Now, how can you add sweet potatoes to your meals? The best part is that they are extremely versatile. You can bake them, roast them, mash them, or even make sweet potato fries in the oven. Some people enjoy them simply boiled with a little butter or olive oil. Others like them roasted with herbs like rosemary or thyme. They can even be added to soups or stews for a hearty, nutritious meal. For seniors who may have trouble chewing or digesting heavy foods, mashed sweet potatoes are a gentle and easy option. They're soft, flavorful, and packed with nutrients that the body can easily absorb. And here's another tip. Eating sweet potatoes with a source of healthy fat, like olive oil or avocado, can help your body absorb the beta-carotene more effectively. This is because beta-carotene is fat-soluble, meaning it needs fat to be properly used by the body. So the next time you enjoy sweet potatoes, don't be afraid to add a little drizzle of olive oil. Your muscles will thank you. Now let's go back to Robert's story. After replacing his regular potatoes with sweet potatoes a few times a week, he noticed not only fewer cramps, but also steadier energy throughout the day. He no longer felt that mid-afternoon crash that left him sluggish. Instead, he felt fueled and active. even taking longer walks with his wife in the evenings. For him, sweet potatoes weren't just food. They were a tool for maintaining independence and vitality as he aged. So when we put it all together, almonds and sweet potatoes become a powerful pair. One provides the relaxation mineral, magnesium, and healthy fats, while the other offers potassium, complex carbs, and anti-inflammatory compounds. Together, they create a strong defense against leg cramps, giving seniors more comfort and more confidence in their daily lives. We've already talked about bananas, almonds, and sweet potatoes, 3 foods that can make a big difference in preventing leg cramps for seniors. Now let's move to the 4th food on our list. It's not a fruit or a vegetable. It's actually a drink, a refreshing, natural beverage that has been enjoyed for centuries in tropical regions. That's right, it's coconut water. Picture this. Imagine a hot summer afternoon. A senior named Linda is sitting on her porch, feeling drained and thirsty. She used to reach for soda or a sugary juice box to quench her thirst. But those drinks only made her feel bloated, and sometimes even worsened her cramps. Then one day, her grandson handed her a glass of chilled coconut water. At first sip, she felt refreshed, and over the weeks, she noticed something else. Her cramps became less frequent, and she slept more peacefully at night. So what makes coconut water so special? Experts say it's because coconut water is often called nature's sports drink. That's because it is packed with electrolytes like potassium, magnesium, sodium, and calcium. These are the exact minerals that help regulate muscle contractions and prevent cramps. When seniors sweat during light activity, even gardening or walking in warm weather, they lose fluids and electrolytes. This imbalance can trigger cramps. Coconut water restores those electrolytes naturally, without the artificial sugars and chemicals found in sports drinks. According to studies, 1 cup of coconut water can provide as much potassium as a medium banana, along with hydration that plain water sometimes can't fully deliver. And here's something important. Hydration is one of the simplest but most overlooked causes of cramps. Experts say that when the body is even slightly dehydrated, the risk of muscle cramps increases significantly. Seniors, in particular, may not always feel thirsty, which means they often drink less than they need. By adding coconut water into the daily routine, seniors not only hydrate, but also replenish the very minerals their muscles depend on. The best part, coconut water is light, natural, and easy to drink. Seniors can enjoy it on its own, mix it into smoothies, or even use it as a base for light soups. Just 1 small glass a day can make a difference. But here's a tip. Choose plain, unsweetened coconut water. Many packaged versions add sugar, which cancels out the health benefits. The real power comes from pure coconut water, straight from nature. Now, let's move on to the 5th and final food on our list. This one is for those who enjoy seafood. It's delicious, it's versatile, and it's loaded with nutrients that go far beyond muscle health. The food I'm talking about is salmon. Think of a senior couple, John and Patricia, who decided to add salmon to their dinner menu twice a week. Before, John often woke up in the middle of the night with sharp cramps in his calves. Patricia noticed that after a few months of eating salmon regularly, those nighttime wake-ups became rare. Not only that, but John also felt more energetic and even noticed improvements in his mood. So why salmon? Experts say salmon is one of the richest natural sources of omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats have powerful anti-inflammatory effects. And since inflammation in muscles and nerves can contribute to cramps, reducing that inflammation can bring real relief. But salmon doesn't stop there. It's also a fantastic source of vitamin D. Many seniors are deficient in vitamin D, especially in colder climates where sunlight is limited. Low vitamin D can weaken muscles and increase the risk of cramps. By eating salmon, seniors boost their vitamin D levels naturally, which supports both muscle and bone health. Salmon also contains magnesium, potassium, and high-quality protein. Protein is vital for repairing and maintaining muscle tissue. When combined with the minerals we've already discussed, salmon becomes a complete package for preventing cramps and supporting overall strength. Now, how can seniors enjoy salmon? The great thing is that salmon is versatile. It can be baked, grilled, broiled, or even added to salads. For those who prefer softer textures, it can be poached or cooked into a soup. Experts recommend aiming for at least 2 servings of fatty fish like salmon each week. And if fresh salmon is hard to find, canned salmon can still provide many of the same benefits. Just look for versions without too much added salt. At this point, we've covered 5 powerful foods: bananas, almonds, sweet potatoes, coconut water, and salmon. Together, they create a foundation for healthier muscles, fewer cramps, and more energy. But food alone is not the entire story. There are also simple lifestyle habits that can amplify these benefits. Let's quickly look at a few. First, hydration. We touched on this with coconut water, but it's worth repeating. Seniors should aim to drink water regularly throughout the day, even if they don't feel thirsty. A good rule of thumb is to check the color of urine. If it's pale yellow, hydration is likely fine. If it's darker, it's time to drink more fluids. Second, stretching. Gentle stretches before bed can relax the muscles and reduce the chance of nighttime cramps. For example, stretching the calves by placing hands on a wall and gently pressing one heel into the ground can be very effective. Third, balanced activity. Muscles need movement, but they also need rest. Too much sitting weakens them, while too much sudden activity strains them. Seniors should aim for light to moderate activity daily, like walking, gardening, or swimming. This keeps circulation strong and muscles flexible. Fourth, watching medications. Some medicines, like diuretics or statins, can increase the risk of cramps. Seniors should talk to their doctors if they suspect their medication is linked to cramps. Sometimes, small adjustments can make a big difference. Fifth, consistent meals. Skipping meals can create electrolyte imbalances and low energy, which worsen cramps. Eating balanced meals that include the foods we discussed can stabilize the body and protect muscle health. Now, let's bring this all together. Imagine your life with fewer leg cramps. Imagine going for a walk in the park without the fear of your muscles suddenly tightening. Imagine sleeping through the night peacefully without painful interruptions. This is not just a dream. It's possible with small, consistent choices. Bananas bring potassium. Almonds provide magnesium. Sweet potatoes add both energy and minerals. Coconut water hydrates and replenishes electrolytes. Salmon offers omega-3 south, vitamin D, and protein. And when these foods are combined with healthy habits, they form a shield of protection against cramps. Experts say that seniors who adopt even a few of these foods and habits often report noticeable improvements within weeks. The body responds quickly when it is given the right fuel. And the best part is that these changes don't require fancy supplements or expensive treatments. They come from everyday foods that are both accessible and enjoyable. So, if you or a loved one struggles with leg cramps, take this as encouragement. Relief is possible. Comfort is possible. And it begins with what you choose to put on your plate. Remember, the journey to better health doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's about small, steady steps. Swap a snack for almonds. Replace a side dish with sweet potatoes. Enjoy a glass of coconut water instead of soda. Add salmon to your weekly menu. Each change may feel small, but together they create a powerful difference. Your muscles will thank you. Your body will thank you. And your nights will be more restful, your days more active, and your spirit more confident. Thank you for spending this time with me, learning about the top 5 foods to prevent leg cramps in seniors. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with a friend who may also benefit. And don't forget to subscribe for more simple and practical health tips. Your support means the world, and it helps us continue bringing valuable information right to your screen. Here's 2 strong muscles, peaceful nights, and a healthier, happier you.